Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Bakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace, salutations, and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing his truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe, in the sincere hopes of being delivered in these last days, all right? And this is the brother Yakanan from the GMS England branch. As you can see, this is going to be an in transit video, and Lord willing, it be edifying unto you brothers out there and few sisters listening and also learning, all right? Now, we are currently within the Day of Atonement, from yesterday's sundown. And, this is a time, where we afflict our soul. All right? This is a time where we afflict our soul via withdrawing from eating and drinking, okay? And eating and drinking, that's something that, we have to do to, supply and, if you will, maintain, our fleshly abode. So when you withdraw from eating and drinking, what you're doing, is afflicting yourself, okay? Which is a beautiful thing, because afflicting yourself brings you closer to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, all right? Afflicting the flesh and abstaining from fleshly lusts. The scriptures speak about fleshly lust that war against your soul, all right? So it's a constant battle between the flesh and the spirit for rulership, man, okay? So we're to be in the mind frame of constantly taming the flesh, all right? Taming the flesh to do spiritual things, okay? Now that process is not going to be complete in this body that we currently have now, okay? But when we get our new bodies, when Yahweh Shai comes, all right, as the scriptures say, in a twinkling of an eye, we shall be changed. When we get them new bodies, we're going to be constantly operating 24/7, 365. We're going to be constantly operating 100% in the spirit, all right? We're not going to sin, all right? We're not going to transgress. We're not going to provoke Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to wrath, because we're going to be perfect. All right, the Lord is going to give us that heart of flesh, and we're going to have the law within us. So it's going to be impossible for us to go off. Okay, it's going to be totally impossible for us to go off when we're in the kingdom and when we have these new bodies. Okay, and that's going to be hey, call hello Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Bahasham and Kar Kodash. That's going to be a beautiful thing, knowing that we ain't going to provoke Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to wrath. I mean, that, just thinking of that is just overwhelming, okay? Because that means the Lord is never going to have to put hell on us. He's never going to have to, send the other nations against us to bring us down again. He's never going to have to, discipline us for going off. Because that's why we're in this predicament in the first place, okay? Because when you go to Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15 on down, it outlines the contract that the Lord had, prescribed to us, man. Follow these things, all right? Be in order or else, all right? And what did we do? We broke that contract, okay? So now it was required that we had, the perfect sacrifice in Yahweh Shai, so we could actually be here today, so we can actually have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because beginning with the elect, you know, the Yahweh Shai, you know, he is the ultimate atonement, man. Okay? For the whole nation of Israel, ultimately. All right? So it all boils down, you know, to Yahweh Shai and this great sacrifice that he made so we could be here today and so we could have the kingdom and be joint heirs with him, as pursuing to Romans the 8th chapter, man. You know? So it's a good thing to be in the spirit of affliction, Salakia. It's a good thing to be in the spirit of affliction and afflicting yourself. All right, not just, you know, on the Day of Atonement, but, you know, throughout the year also, okay? Because certain times, you know, you be having demonic thoughts, you be having, you know, demons, you know, trying to, you know, throw you off kilter, so to speak. And, you know, some spirits that might be fucking with you, some spirits that might be, you know, causing issues, you know, in your life, they can only disappear through the act of, you know, afflicting yourself, you know, going on a fast, not eating for 24, 48 hours, whatever the case may be, man, you know, according to your strength. All right, so it is very important, you know, to fast. It is very important to be in this state, you know, when it's required. You know, you will know in the spirit when it's required, but it's good to be in that spirit, man. You know, and I need to do it more. You know, I definitely need to do it more, man. You know, like, you know, I do intermittent fasting, you know, most times during the day, and that helps. That helps a great deed. All right, so it just shows you that, you know, detaching from, again, them fleshly lusts, that war against your soul, is an excellent thing. And really, you know, is you know, along with prayer, is the best way, you know, to fight these demons, man. All right, it's the best way to fight these demons, man. It's to constantly be in that spirit. And look, we're coming into the times where you might be in a predicament, you know, when you have no food. You might be in a predicament where you have a lack of food. So you're gonna have to severely, you know, restrict, you know, food portions, so on and so forth. All right, because all hell, as we know, is getting ready to break loose and intensify upon this earth. And one of the ways that, you know, the powers that be are going to put hell on the people is by reducing the amount of food that you have access to, man. Now, we saw examples of that, you know, during the pandemic back in 2019. All right, we saw examples of that. You know, there were times when you go in the supermarket, there's certain things you couldn't buy. All right, I remember there was a shortage of eggs, there was a shortage of flour. Okay, people were raiding them supermarkets, and not only that, they weren't sending efficient stock in order to supply the supermarkets because of the C-19 and what was going on at the time, man. So they can just cause that whole scenario to happen again, but make it 10 times worse. All right, but the thing is, you know, through doing things like this, you know, rehearsing the righteous acts of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you know, keeping, you know, the Day of Atonement, the Lord is spiritually preparing us for these things, man. So when 1 day goes by, 2 days go by, and you haven't eaten nothing, all right, it's not going to affect you as much as it is these people in the world, man. Because these people are weak. You know, they don't be keeping, you know, days like how we keeping them, man. They don't be keeping the Day of Atonement. They're not afflicting themselves. Okay? This world is full of Epicureans, man. It's full of fleshly people that succumb to the flesh and are defeated by the flesh, man. All right? They're not taming, you know, their flesh. They've given in to the flesh, man. They live a fleshly lifestyle, man. But we don't. You know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kodash, we don't live, all right, or we are not to live to the best of our ability a fleshly lifestyle, man. Okay? Where you're just like a slave to the flesh, you're a slave to sin, you know, you're a slave to your urges, you know, so on and so forth. To the best of our ability, we have to tame these things, man. And I'm saying all of these things to myself, all right? Because I'm in the predicament. We're all in this predicament, man. where we're fighting against the flesh. All right, and that scripture is, since sundown yesterday up until this point, that scripture, and I believe it's in 2 Peter's, where it talks about the fleshly lusts that war against your soul. All right, I've been thinking of that scripture heavy, because it is a war. All right, it's a war between the flesh, all right, and between the spirit. All right, doing the right thing, wanting to do the right thing, but the scriptures say a righteous man slippeth 7 times but getteth up again, man, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, so we gotta be in that spirit of afflicting our soul more, okay, and being accustomed to that feeling, okay, because think about the sacrifice that Yahweh Shai gave, man. All right, so with that, Lord willing, this brief lesson is edifying, and until next time, I'll say shalom.